All right, so I was in Winter Park, Florida this past week and had a considerable amount of time to study potted plants. So I also was driving back from Orlando area and also had a lot of time to ask a lot of questions. So here we go. This is just talking about some of the design concepts for doing potted plants. Obviously, if you pause and read these, it'll help out. I'm not going to go through each one of these, but it seems like some pretty good information. All right, there's that. These were just some Pinterest things that I saw that I thought may be useful. You can see the ornamental kale. You can see sort of the accents of things that, I don't know if these would be real pumpkins or Hobby Lobby pumpkins, but it certainly adds a dynamic to the whole composition. This one actually had prices. I thought that was pretty good. See, fake pumpkin. Mums, ornamental grasses, creeping jenny, kale. I think that's kale. I love this one. That's really cool. More stuff. This is corkscrew willow right here. Again, this is something that we could probably get at Hobby Lobby. There's that. I also thought about using vegetables, winter vegetables. This is attractive. I don't know. It may be like autumn joy sedum, but green instead of pink. I don't think these will work. This will work. Ornamental garlic works. I don't know about that, but that was another angle of ways to fill up a pot in the winter. More Hobby Lobby fake stuff, or we can always get lots of magnolia cuttings as well. I was thinking about, instead of just mulch, we could do stone through there. That's another option of things that could be done. We could add solar lights into this. More solar lights. More really cool solar lights. These are pretty neat. This is me exploring ideas of what do we do with the buckets. I have quite a few 15 and 30 gallon landscape buckets, but they're ugly. So if the customer wanted to do something more interesting with it, this is an option of what could be done. Wrap it in burlap. That's another thing that we could do. That would probably go really, really well for fall. These are good up until the first frost. Mums. What do I have here? This is the business end of it. Trying to figure out cost, travel time, all of these other things. Not as exciting and fun, but I think you said that you're in agricultural business, so we definitely need to study this. All right, here's our tour over there in Winter Park, Florida. This is obviously mostly for summertime. These guys right here, I even try to organize it with names. There it is. Bees are all over this. Another thing that would be really, really good for summertime would be a pollinator pot type thing. Bees here, no bees, lots of bees and butterflies. Bees and butterflies there. I put names on all this. Some of it was me learning. More stuff there to look at. Mexican heather, this has been pretty reliable. In the wintertime it'll go dormant, but it still looks pretty good. Cigar plant, New Guinea impatiens. This is Mexican beach pebble. Expensive, but really, really attractive. This will go dormant, but again, I think in its dormancy it looks pretty cool. All house plants, those won't work for us. Croton, these will die. Lady I met while down there. Nothing we can do with that one. But in terms of pots, it just happened to be mixed in there. Tradescantia, that's just fun to say. Creeping Jenny. Same. This is a little like Plaids and Stripes. I don't like it. But anyhow, I took a photo of it regardless. This could be better. I really think this could be better. This is more like it. Notice the light and dark contrast. That's the difference, I think, between these. These blend, these contrast. Same thing. I think something different could be done here to create more contrast. Rosemary. We could get pyramidal rosemary, another really good one. I don't know why I took this. Mondo grass, though, that's a good filler. You got the golly, what is it called? The thriller, the filler, and the spiller. That's it. Thriller, filler, and spiller. Peace lily. I've never seen them get that big around here. Dracinia right here. Same thing. That's going to die in the winter. And giant sword fern. I believe there are some Boston ferns. I think. Well, Ruella. That's a good one right there. This is just a review of these plants. That's garlic, I believe. This will not survive around here. Costs a lot too. It's probably not the best thing to get. Sorry about that. Bird of paradise. Yellow flag iris is going to go dormant, but great the rest of the year. I'd never see it get this big. I love the pot though. Okay, don't think I'm like effeminate. I just think the pot looks cool even though it's pink. Aloe vera. This is a great one. I've used this one. Salvia right here. Butterflies and bees were all over that. There we go. Bee. There should be a lot more bees in it. But that is this right here. Bees everywhere. And that's mealy cup sage. Salvia farinaceae or something like that. Coleus is a one that you can get so much color from. There's a lot of different varieties of it too. Not familiar with that one or that one. Purslane, I see this a lot of places. It's xeriscape, doesn't need a lot of water. It does extremely well, and you can eat it on a salad. Don't know anything about that. The only one I don't see in here that may be good is Monarda Bee Balm. That would be a summertime one. I'm pretty sure that any of these would do really well though. Zagreb Coreopsis. That would be another good replacement. Coreopsis looks a lot like that. This is actually local, and I have this growing. And that's the end of our tour. But what I would recommend is maybe pause it on some of this, absorb the principles, and you get to it.